you. Tell me what you wanna do, what you gonna do.
Bob Chapek a few weeks ago declined to comment on the parental rights bill that has since passed the Florida House and Senate in Florida. I will leave a copy of what the bill actually stands for. It's from the Florida Senate website, so you can see it. And it's very interesting to me how the bill is nothing like the activists at Disney and outside of Disney think it is. There's nothing anti-gay about it. It is pro-parent. It is pro-freedom. And I'm going to remind you guys, Bob Chapek's first mission is to make money for Disney, which means he's got to worry about the consumers and if they're happy and if the investors are happy. And because of irrelevant virtue signaling, we have, I would say, a very small minority of people, and probably most of them are probably straight white women who are pretending that they care about the small, poor, put upon, bullied minority, trans and gays and lesbians and people who don't really know, and the people who use pronouns and non-binary. They need our support. As if the awfuls care. But Disney is in a pickle because of this, in a way. We've got Pixar whining about the Florida law, and Disney not doing enough to combat it. What the fuck is Disney supposed to do? Let me explain to Pixar's employees. Florida has a super majority of Republicans for a very good reason. I have been a citizen of Florida. I voted in Florida. People go to Florida to get away from this activist bullshit that you're trying to shove down people's throats, okay? All right? Pixar is also complaining about having LGBTQ plus garbage in their films censored by Disney brass. Again, Disney's thinking about the consumer, not about irrelevant hurt feelings. Guess what, Pixar? Your fifis aren't relevant, okay? And we'll get into why they're not relevant right now. Then we have Marvel. Marvel denounces all anti-LGBTQ laws after whatever. I mean, it's not. But every moron in the media, every idiot, and I mean idiot, in Hollywood is running with this bullshit lie, and it is a lie. This is how propaganda works, okay? It is a made-up narrative to piss people off. And why? Because there are people in Hollywood that are terrified that their little activist soapboxes are going to be kicked out from under them by people like Bob Chapek and David Zaslav. Just wait till Zaslav gets there. Just wait. Okay, now we've got a woman who has literally lived in the left-wing ghetto, in the left-wing gulag, a lot of her life. Star Parker, single mom, she was, drug addict, lived off of government cheese and government subsidies, realized it was keeping her down, realized that handouts don't help, they hinder, and she left. This law is about freedom, it's not anti-gay. You can't pass a law like that. But if you're a moron from California, you don't know that because your education My dog knows that. But here we go with the irrelevancy. This is why this activism is irrelevant. The Russian-Ukraine war. Gas prices were already rising. Okay, the Biden administration lies about when that started. Trust me, I buy gas for my car, I know. Now, the fact that we don't drill for our own oil, the fact that we get oil from Russia and that's turned into a dried up hole, this affects the global economy. All right? And it's dangerous. But here's where World War III could start. China planned Taiwan invasion in the fall. If you want to have the shit scared out of you, think about what could happen out of this. If you honestly think the Chinese mean no harm, go fucking live there then. All right? This is scary. All right? Now, I don't know if the Chinese would actually go that far to drop nukes on anybody, but I don't trust them. Okay? I don't. This is also another reason why Marvel making demands and Pixar freaking out, and now apparently there are walkouts being planned at Disney over this irrelevant bullshit. Okay, here's the country that could start World War III. North Korea. They're just crazy enough not to give a shit if they start nuking people. And the reason why we're trying to keep missiles away from them is so they don't do that. I could go into the worries over electromagnetic bombs. All right, again, making LGBTQ issues irrelevant. Gas prices going up 22% in 2 weeks. Why? Because Russia and Ukraine. We're not allowed to drill for our own oil. We're not. But let's instead of looking at that, let's concentrate on Marty McFag worrying about the Florida law when he doesn't even live in Florida, okay? And then we have Joe Concha, who's a Democrat on CNBC, basically telling his audience the Democrats are lying about inflation because they think you're stupid. The reason why this bullshit with the LGBTQ plus community is happening is Democrats think you're stupid. And the Democrats in the media think you're stupid. All you got to do is watch Jen Psaki. That's all you got to do. Here's a shiny object. Here's a shiny object. Big lie. Go get it. And instead of going, fuck you, we don't care. Has nothing to do with anybody's rights. Actually it does. Parents' rights. Do you really want your kindergartner to come home and ask you what a drag queen is? Do you really? And you should ask yourself why these people really are so upset. Okay? Why they demand that they get special treatment over everybody else, including a vast majority of Disney's own customers, which are nuclear families. Okay? All right? And then ask yourself, why do a bunch of assholes who live in one-party ruled Democrat fascist California, why are they worried about a law in Florida? Why? They're not worried about the law in Florida. They're worried about basically having to actually do their jobs for Disney. And their concerns are irrelevant. Okay? Their concerns are irrelevant. This is irrelevant virtue signaling. Then we have Elon Musk. I support the current thing. Mocking them. Elon Musk is probably the most reality-based billionaire I've ever seen in my life. He understands what is going on, okay? And he's basically telling them, with this hilarious meme that they're irrelevant, that everything they scream about, it doesn't matter. And considering that he runs a company I am sure that he probably wants everybody to be on the same team. Do the best you can for Tesla. That's it. That's Bob Chapek's reasoning. You are there to work for Disney, not to be nonprofit activists. Disney is a for-profit company. It is not a company where you do the minuscule work. You put your activist trope into everything written, everything that you create, and expect everybody to like it. The world, look, you can't change the way people think. Okay, you can't. Natural selection, natural thought processes in human beings are not going to change just because somebody is demanding it. Okay? This shallow going from one little cause to another. Now we've got the same people screaming about Ukraine when 30 years ago they were running around with hammers and sickles on their shirts announcing how much they love the Soviet Union. All right. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. And again, this LGBTQ activism, it's a small minority of a small minority, because most gay people are like, just leave us alone, is irrelevant. This is irrelevant virtue signaling. In the world where we've got skyrocketing inflation, skyrocketing gas prices, where World War III could start any minute, we've got to stop and admire this shit. Please give me a break. As far as I'm concerned, Bob Chapek and Susan Arnold should find out who all these people are, and then, at a time of convenience, fire every one of them. Or not re-sign their contracts. Because Disney deserves better. The customers of Disney deserve better. This is what you're looking at with these walkouts is whole-scale narcissism over an irrelevant subject and a lie that a lot of them actually believe. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.